Where do you live on campus?
I live in Putnam Eco House.
Where do you usually eat?
I usually eat upstairs Lech, except for lunch, and then I either go between downstairs Lech and MJ.
What do you usually eat specifically?
I'm vegetarian, so I usually eat just whatever they have at the vegans station, and then I'll usually have 2 things of fruit, some kind of pasta dish usually. It all depends, and then whatever they have serving at the main thing that's veggies.
When you go to the cafes, what do you eat?
Oh, I usually get the vegan, some kind of wrap or sub with vegan nuggets. Sometimes I get the spinners, and then at MJ I always get something from the beanstalk, chilled Thai noodles.
Yeah. What place do you think has the best food on campus?
Best food? Probably MJ.
What's that?
And why?
MJ just because they have the best food. Upstairs Lech has the most, just because it's all you care to eat. That's why I go there a lot, because it's the best for your money. But MJ just has really good stuff. That and the Union, the artisan sandwiches, they're just way too expensive for me.
Do you think that the diet here, or your diet, is nutritious?
I think so, for the most part. It could be there could be more vegetarian, vegan options. I think they've definitely bumped them up a lot, but there could still be more. But for the most part, I think it is.
Do you think for everyone, there's just a lot of options for nutritional values?
Sort of. I don't know. The one thing, I'm a big into local and organic, and we don't really have that here. We have some more local food, but little to none. And I don't know. That's just a big thing. I don't know what is going into some of the food, so it could just be total crap.
What do you think needs to be done in order to promote nutrition eating on campus?
I don't know. Just really a big change in cast. Just changing what they put into it. Going try and get as many local farmers as they can, try and do sustainable or organic farming and food. And I think that would definitely be a good step, because once you do that, it makes it easier.
Yeah. So you think CAST doesn't do enough to promote eating nutritiously?
No, I don't think so. Another thing I think is just because the fruit and stuff, it's so expensive here as compared to if you go and try and get an apple at Wegmans, the price compared to that to here is 3 or 4 times as much.
Definitely. Yeah. Where can you get fruit on campus?
On campus, most places. I know you can get it downstairs Lech, upstairs Lech, downstairs RJ, upstairs RJ. Yeah, you can get them everywhere.
Do you think the fruit's good? It's expensive, but do you think it's good for the price?
It's good. The apples are always soft. That's the one thing that always bothers me. But the bananas are good when they're actually ripe. But no, I think the fruit's pretty good.
Yeah, just expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can you get vegetables on campus?
Vegetables you can also get everywhere, I believe. Yeah, you can get vegetables at every place we offer.
And what do you think of those?
I don't really get them as much. Usually, when I get vegetables, I don't really get them all that much. But when I do, they're pretty good. Not the best, but they're all right.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
I just think, like I said before, I think CAST should just look more into local, sustainable, or at least organic food. I know it'll be more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it because it's just better for you.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions? Nope. I just have one. You think one of the things that we need to change is how CAST operates and gets food? Do you think that students might need to change as well with their behaviors, or do you think that if these foods will be offered, they're more likely to choose that over what they have now?
I think the students need to change a little bit, but I think if CAST offers those foods more than the other ones, I think that people will change over to that. But yeah, kids will have to change too, just like everything. I know a lot of people, they have a lot of food offered here, but I know a couple people who came in as vegetarians, but they switched because it was too hard here for them. Mm-hmm. And they just there's just way more things with meat in it for dinner than there are vegetarian, and some of the vegetarian vegan options just aren't up to par with the rest of the food. So I think it's mostly CAST offering that, but it's also that'll satisfy all the people who want to like eat vegetarian, want to eat healthy. But for the other people, yes, it'll have to be a change in diet for them. It's going to take a little while for them to get used to it because they're so used to how they eat that if they come here and everything's different, they might not like it at first. But over time, they'll realize it's better for them and then they'll like it.
Okay. Now, do you think that more people should think about, is it like the vegetarian diet, or, offer more vegetarian food so then that way more people have more vegetables and fruits and stuff and move away towards meat? Or do you think it's also that the meat and stuff that the meat meals that they make are kind of unhealthy, so that should be more like local farmers and that stuff as well?
I think it's a little of both.
Okay.
I think, like some of the meat, like some of the stuff is good. Like when they have like the main thing and then they have the thing on the side, like they'll serve like just the loin. That looks like good. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved when they did that. But like some of the other stuff, like it's just not as good. Like popcorn chicken, that's not good.
Right.
What else? Just so I think more sustainable meat, but then also like more veggies and more fruits, because usually it's just like orange, banana, apple, and that's the only fruit they offer. And then for the veggies change a lot, and I noticed in Cass now they have because they were taking all like the suggestions, and now they have the thing, they're like fresh veggies every day, and they have the big sign advertising what they're doing. But I think, I don't know, some of the veggies just, I don't know.
So they're starting to make the change, but it's not just going fast enough for you? There's not going as far as you'd like it?
Yeah, I know it's taking time, and I understand that it's going to take a while. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure they're going to keep going more than just this. What I'm saying is, if it's just this, I'm not happy. But if they're just making it slow, like steady, so kids can get adjusted to it, then that's really good for them, and I'm glad that they're doing that.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Anyone?
You would definitely say it's like harder to access, like a really healthy diet here then. Like it's easier to just go.
It's easier to. The problem is it's easier to eat bad. Mm-hmm. It's easier to not eat healthy than it is to eat healthy, because especially like I keep focusing on vegetarian. You can eat healthy and not be vegetarian, but like the only options they have like for subs would be vegan nuggets for every single thing, or cheese. Like I don't like a thing of cheese. I like substance on my thing, and all we have is vegan nuggets for that, and we don't really have tofu or anything. So.
Right. For what would you consider like unhealthy?
Unhealthy, I just think like just a lot of the food, just foods with like a lot of like salt and all that, and like just chemicals that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And like we have fresh fruit and stuff, but just also like the chips and stuff that we offer, and just there's a lot of stuff that's just not as good for you than like fresh veggies and all that.
And a lot cheaper.
Yeah, that's the problem, is all those things are cheaper than the other thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like almost not the kid's fault. It's like, well, I'd love to eat an apple, a banana, and an orange a day, but that's like $5, and I can get a sub for $5 with like fried chicken and everything else. So it's a problem. It's like pricing is really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. So you think that the nutritious food is going to be more expensive than unhealthy food? Is that what you...
That's what it is right now. Mm-hmm. The nutritious food, like the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetables, and just that kind of stuff, that's more expensive, like proportionally, than stuff that's bad for you. Mm-hmm. So kids are like, oh, well, I only have this much money and I'm hungry, so I'm just going to eat all the crap food, but I can't get the fruit because it's not enough and I don't have enough money on the meal plan. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the thing. Just because it's just the crap food's cheaper, because it's also cheaper to make, which is a problem, but because it's cheaper to make, we can sell it for cheaper and kids buy it because everything's just cheaper. And this isn't just like around campus, it's just everywhere.
Right.
It's just the crappy stuff is cheaper than the good stuff, and then that just leads to everyone having poor health.
What do you usually drink on campus when you buy beverages?
I haven't bought a bottled beverage in a long time.
Okay.
I usually drink water. I'm very eco, but I usually drink like water and stuff. But when I'm upstairs, I usually drink skim milk, and then skim milk and orange juice and water. That's usually what I drink.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I wanted to ask is, do you think the time constraints of students, like the hours of operation, might also influence how you eat?
Yes, I am a strong proponent of extending hours on weekends for some of the places, because one, kids are just hungry at night, and it closes at 8 on weekends, and people are like about to like go out or go do something, and they have to order out, or they have to have food in their thing, or they have to order early, and that's just inconvenient for people. Also, if they extended it, a lot of people would go. Like I can think of a lot of that it would cut down on like me, like it would cut down on Mia's, bad for Mia's, but good for Cass, because they would get more business. I think. Like I went to UB over last winter break to visit a friend, and he's like, "Oh, let's go get food." It was 3 a.m. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" We go downstairs, a huge thing open, really really busy with people. So I think if Cass extended certain places, the hours, like especially like downstairs Ledge and downstairs RJ, I think that would definitely be good for them.
Is there anything else that you think that Cass might want to look at in order to provide healthy eating on campus or better eating on campus besides offering more nutritional meals and changing hours of operations?
Let's see. A couple of things they could do. I can't really think of anything that kind of like sums it up. I think just offering more fresh fruit, more fresh veggies, more fresh organic or sustainably grown food. That would definitely be a big thing. Just offering more like healthy options for like a lot of the things. Like I know they have the grilled chicken, but it's like when you have to compare grilled chicken to the crispy chicken, the grilled chicken is terrible. So if they'd made that better, I think more kids would switch to that. And then just watching what they put, like just putting good stuff in like the meat, not like a bunch of crap. That's because the state will fund the worst. That's another thing is the state will fund the food that's cheapest to make, which is the food that's not as good for you. So I think that's going to take a while to change. But I mean, if they were able to change that and just like healthier food in general, just food that's better for you, more. Doesn't have to be USDA organic, but it just has to be closer to organic than it is now. And I think that would be a huge step.
Okay. You guys have any other questions?
Nope.
All right. So you can stop that.